Everyone, practically, is an object of suspicion. In 2021, we've seen a lot of it in the culture of U.S. law enforcement, and it also applies at security. Now, with good cause, in an age of global terrorism and hijacking, there is every reason to have airport security, metal detectors, body scans, and the like. The paraphernalia of security exists in airports almost everywhere. It's not the technology of security that distinguishes one nation or system from another, though, but how security officers behave. In most countries, they are professional, polite, systematic, and discreet. If you make a mistake, like leaving a Swiss Army knife in your bag, which I did once, it's assumed to be an oversight, one that any reasonable person could make. I well remember being behind a gentleman in Copenhagen who was asked to show the security officer the contents of a long, thin case. The officer unbuckled the end of the case and removed what turned out to be a large ceremonial antique sword. There were a few seconds of silence. Then the officer quietly turned to the owner and said, "Perhaps you'd like to put that through as checked baggage, sir." In the United States, though, you can hear security officers from the other side of the room even before you turn the corner to line up. Like sergeants conducting a drill for a platoon of Marine recruits, they are barking out orders to everyone within earshot. "You need to remove all liquids. Liquids must be in a Ziploc bag. Take out cell phones, laptops, and all electronic devices. Remove your shoes and belts. Take all metal objects out of your pockets." Suddenly you are not a passenger, a citizen, a customer, or even a human being with basic dignity. You are a subordinate, like an adolescent in junior high school, someone who is obviously incompetent or intransigent and needs to have every instruction shouted out at top volume in order to comply. This is a system of low trust, or even no trust. People cannot be trusted to remove the right items from their bag or take off the correct items of clothing at the right time in the right way. They must be given explicit instructions down to the last detail at full volume. No wonder America has more lawyers per capita than any other country. Unless everything is said or written down in unmistakable letters explicitly, someone might sue you if anything goes wrong. So you'd better make sure everyone gets the message over and over again. All this makes for an environment that actually increases tension, stress, and feelings of being unsafe, rather than the opposite. How people deal with you at security checkpoints or in state agencies where you may be getting a social security card or a driver's license is a reflection of something about the entire society. Its levels of trust. Compared to other developed economies, the United States suffers from two closely connected extremes. It has one of the highest levels of economic inequality. It also has some of the lowest levels of trust in the developed world. In their best-selling books, The Spirit Level and The Inner Level, Richard Wilkinson and Kate Pickett show that high levels of economic inequality lead to a vast range of negative social outcomes. In places like the United States and UK, growing economic inequality manifests itself in high rates of drug use and alcoholism, disturbing levels of depression and anxiety, health-threatening levels of eating disorders, distressing incidences of bullying in school and violent crime in the community, and low levels of trust. The Nordic countries and the Netherlands are the polar opposite of these trends. In fact, if you want to fulfill the American dream, don't go to America. It has one of the lowest rates of social mobility in the world. If you want high social mobility and the opportunity to be very successful, whatever kind of family you come from, your best chances of fulfilling the American dream are actually in Norway, the Netherlands, Canada, or, the focus of this book, Finland. You can see these contrasts in many areas of life, but let's focus on just one: bicycles. Look down from any office block in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, or Utrecht, and you'll witness a vast sea of bicycles, some of them on the move, many parked in huge racks, hundreds at a time. The Dutch own more bicycles per capita than any other country in the world, almost twice the level of the runner-up, Denmark. Children, adults, families, workers, students, people of all kinds are riding the streets in great numbers, miraculously not crashing into each other. Yet practically none of them wear helmets. In America and even in Canada, which is a bit more American than it likes to think sometimes, this is almost unthinkable. Not requiring your child to wear a helmet is a dereliction of parental responsibility. Often it may even amount to breaking the law. How is it that hospital emergency rooms in the Netherlands are not constantly filled with people who have broken their limbs or smashed their skulls, the result of riding recklessly without protection? Well, it's got something to do with the place of...